The Africa Protected Areas Congress, APAC, is the first ever continent-wide gathering of African leaders, citizens and interest groups that will convene from March 7th to 12th, 2022 in Kigali. In a run-up event to the Congress, the government of Rwanda, Africa Wildlife Foundation and the International Union for Conservation of Nature on Thursday unveiled 3 former African heads of state as patrons of the Congress. According to the officials, these former leaders have shown their political will and passion to continue to preserve the environment and protect wildlife. They include former President of Niger, Mamadou Issouf, former President of Botswana, Festus Mogae, and Hailemariam Desalegn, the former Prime Minister of Ethiopia. In his acceptance speech, Hailemariam explains why the political will of African leaders is fundamental in ensuring that biodiversity is preserved.
Global scientists already predict that under a business-as-usual scenario, we could lose as much as 60% of the area currently set aside for conservation on the continent. Therefore, we must turn this situation around. But we can. Yes, we can. We have in this moment the opportunity to invest in the areas we have set aside as the backbone of natural infrastructure that underpins the aspirations we have set out in Agenda 2063 of the African Union Commission.
The African continent has about 700 protected areas, but they have not been efficiently managed. Environmentalists believe that interstate relations and their partners should take lead in conserving these protected areas in the interest of the people both now and in the future.
We should also remember that the good strategies are not enough. At the African Wildlife Foundation, our mission dictates that the future of wildlife and wildlands in a modern Africa can only be firmly hinged on ensuring that conservation agenda links to the aspirations and mindsets driving change on this continent. As an organization that recently clocked 60 years, we intuitively know and can confidently say that conservation success relies on African leadership.
The summit is set to take place at a time when the world is grappling with COVID-19 pandemic. Environment Minister Dr Jeanne has reassured participants that the country is ready to host a safe and successful inaugural APAC amidst this pandemic.
Concerning the COVID-19 measures, Rwanda is ready. Rwanda is ready and prepared to have a safe environment, a safe Congress. This is not the first meeting we are having, the first big conference we are having during COVID. We had even a big conference during COVID, even before we got vaccines. And now, more than 40% of our population is vaccinated. I want really to assure the people who want to join us during the APAC 2022 that there is safety regarding COVID-19. We are vaccinating people, we are testing, we have a very good testing capacity.
The week-long Africa Protected Areas Congress, which is expected to open on March 7th, 2022, it will be a hybrid gathering, the first meeting of its kind on the continent, to provide a forum for African countries to address the role of protected areas in conserving nature and share ideas on how to sustainably mobilize at least $700 million funds needed every year to safeguard Africa's iconic wildlife. Reporting for RwandaTV News, Environnent Minister.